Yeah, my country people, it's a girl Star B. Good morning. Happy Monday. It's a Monday morning. Yeah, I want to shook my mouth. Permit me to use tautology. I want to put my mouth in this gospel musicians and pastors, auditorium, yada yada yada. First of all, between pastors and I'm a Christian, but this thing done the tortori my ear. It's doing me sounding like a breaking record already. Okay, now on serious business. A pastor is a calling. True or false? They make us understand that pastor, to being a pastor, God has to call you. Is a calling, it's not a talent. I am not saying, okay, now let me analyze it. Pastor is a calling, not a talent. A gospel musician or a musician is a talent. It's two different things. You cannot compare a pastor and a gospel musician or artist. They are two different persons. Pastor is a calling. God call you, you accept it. You leave everything beside and accept the calling of God. A gospel artist, not a calling. It's a talent. It is a talent that God gives for the person to use to source his life out while blessing or reaching out to others or to many. So it's two different things. It's just like talents. Comedian is a talent, right? Musician is a talent. We had many talents. Creative skills is a talent. It's not a calling. So I think I disagree with the pastors that are calling out gospel musicians. What else do you want them to use to feed for themselves? What else do you want them to use to put food on that table? This thing is talent. It's like, though I understand that most of these gospel or some of these gospel musicians, they are overdoing things. They do too much. So my take is go for a gospel artist or musician that you can afford to avoid this jabajus and jabajis that is going on up and down. This gospel musician learn from their masters. Who is the masters? The pastors. This is the reason I say Nigerians, we are too sentimental human beings. Okay, why do pastors take salary? Why do they pay pastor? Pastors are called, God called them. It's not a talent. It's a calling that you accepted. But the church decide to pay you salary so that you can earn a living. So that you do not be a burden. In those days, when I was growing up as a young Christian, in my head, there's no way I'll marry pastor. Like, I feel pastor calling is like torture. Because I see the kind of suffering pastor we are really going to. That nobody desire to marry pastor. You do, God forbid. Even if pastors come for you. You say, God forbid. Let's be fair. Those of us that came from a Christian home, our time in 70s, 80s, 90s, nobody want to marry pastor. Like, marry pastor, which can't believe that one. Because their coats, not coats. Pocket with the rushes, their shoes is, I swear to God, hey, pastor be like, waiting God did the weapon form against Christianity. You understand? So thank God for these days they're modernizing. If you invite a pastor to your church to preach, you're going to give the pastor offering. You're going to give. Why are they taking it? It's a calling. So why is it that when it gets to gospel artists, instrumentality, you people start complaining? Oh, is this not God's work, brother? The work where you do not be God's work. So why are you taking salary? Why are you taking money? Why are you taking gift if you go to churches? I have email. I don't want to call the pastors, and not that I'm afraid of him, but out of respect, I don't want anybody to drag anybody on my account. I saw this thing this pastor was doing, and I indicate on Instagram that I'm interested. They'll ask you to reach out to them. I reach out to them. They send me email, the kind of amount of money they asked me to pay. It does not make sense. So what are we saying? We pay for school of ministry. It's not free. You are teaching people that God called like you. You are trying to make them equipped. You are asking them to pay for paying for it. So why dragging gospel artists? It's not making sense to me. It's not adding up. They are doing the same thing like you. You guys are even doing worse. You take offering, tithes, love offering, seed faith, whatever you call it, building offering on behalf of God. So these gospel artists, they learn from you. You are the masters. You show them the way. So I don't understand the ranting. I don't understand the ranting. That's why you see Timmy, Timmy, I forgot his last name. He's dragging them. All these things online that these pastors are doing, anything that they tell you online, register, it is not free. People are paying money to come and hear them speak, to hear them teach. People are paying money. Once they tell you say register, you say a pastor is coming to America, going to Canada, going to UK, they tell you to register, online register, couple this one, that one. They are paying $50, $60. I bet calculator. That's why you see them fly up and down. What are we saying? The ones that are not taking money are the ones that are doing crusade. But you see all those teaching that they are doing, that they are, follow, to register is on my bio. It is not free. And most of them do these things. The one when they even pay me inside is this, you call it ministry teaching, and you are taking money. I bet I'm not gonna leave gospel ministers. Go for your class. If not, choose your choir. You have choirs. Use your choir to sing. That's why some churches, you see them, you go to a church, they don't have good instrumentalists. They don't want to pay. Like, is it not a calling for God? Is it not God that give you the talent, brother? You that is preaching, is it not God that give you? Why are you collecting salary? Why are you collecting offering? Why are you taking token that you goes to pray? You think all this goes to preach? You think all these pastors that are going different churches, you think it's free? They pay them. They pay them, but they don't call it pay. Well, what's the English they use? Story for the gods. They pay them. They deliberate. There's some class of pastors you will invite. You cannot give the pastor 500,000. They have classes. What are we saying? We know these things now. Make them stop to the drag gospel minister. There's some levels of pastors. Even to, if that pastor belongs to your own that ministry, there's some levels of pastors you will bring from this branch to this branch. You cannot give that pastor 200,000. When they finish preaching, they are going to office. Some of them they enter the car. They already packaged it. It's already packaged and is in his car. So what the hell? Why are they dragging them? Go for your class. I know most of them do too much. Oh, I know that they do too much. To carry most of these Nigerian artists, not be granite and biscuit. Oh, the protocol to even reach them, you will speak in tongue in capital later. It's wrong, yes, I know, but it is their talent. If you cannot afford them, go for the lesser one. That young coming artists that you can use, that voice are thunderous, that they sing angels as standing up. Yes, but you don't want to use them because they don't have name. So why are you doing program and putting big artist name? Oh, you're coming to town, come and experience. People will come. It's an advertisement. People will come because of that person. Yes. So please, leave them alone. Now the same thing with the 10 men. Not all woman is your class. Look for your class. It's the same thing with even pastors. There's some pastors you cannot invite to your church. You're not your classmates. Is it right? No. There's some pastors a pastor cannot access. There's some founder geos, some geos cannot access. They're doing classes. I beg. These things are there. Make we leave the story for the gods, I beg. Go for the one you can afford. If you cannot carry A, go and carry B. If your pocket and your class cannot reach B, that even the gospel ministers, if you invite them for some kind of church, they will not go because they don't have the crowd. They don't want to come and sing where 2 or 3 are gathered. Your church is just starting up. You want to go and carry class A, gospel artists. You go, let's go and see if you can afford it. You cannot afford it. Go for the one that you can pay 300,000. they are there. Or use your choir. I rest. Because this thing is becoming embarrassing online. This one today, next tomorrow, hey, this one, gospel. A gospel artist is not a calling from God. It is a God's given talent. It is different from being a pastor. So if a pastor that God calls can take salary, can take offering, can take seed of faith, prophet offering, then gospel artist has right to take money to come and sing. I rest my case.